Welcome to the Pathways to Surrender podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and thank you for joining us for this guided meditation. Please note that these meditations are recorded in a tropical setting with the windows and doors open, so you will hear birds and other sounds. Try not to let them distract you from the words. Let's take a moment now to just get settled in, get comfortable and relaxed. Maybe close our eyes and take some breaths and just listen to the music before the meditation starts. The purpose of this meditation is to help us see that we are so much more than what appears in our thoughts, and help us remember that we are choosing what we pay attention to, that there is an awareness operating here, that we are watching our thoughts, we see our thoughts, or hear them, or whatever our experience of them is. We are not them. We are observing them. But that has become our habitual way of being. To be constantly distracted by our thoughts. And that includes things like planning and going over the past and ruminating trying to figure out what's wrong with us and how we can be better. All of that is actually just a distraction. It is a way we have created to avoid reality. And we chose to create a way to avoid reality because our belief about reality is that it is a dark and cruel place, or that we are a dark and cruel person. However, we may experience ourselves when we are not distracted. Most of us have come to associate it with darkness, blackness, nothingness. But in fact, it is the opposite. The truth of who we are is light and lightness, love and joy. That is what awaits us if we will surrender our will and let go of control. We must accept the fact that we are choosing what we are paying attention to, and that we are creating the distraction with our own will, the distraction of our story about who we are and what the world is, and all the stories that we keep ruminating over. They are our own invention. Just like we made a movie, and then we just watch the movie and pretend it's reality. It is just a creation of the mind. Reality is the connection with the truth. We know now that the reason we have avoided the truth is because there was pain associated with it. The betrayal of the truth. We developed the strategy of avoiding the pain by distracting ourselves with this new creation of our will, the ego, and the identity. But now, that pain cannot harm us. It is just grief and sorrow and loss. We have rage against the pain. And we have no true justification for continuing to distract ourselves and pretend that our identity and our personality are who we are. It has been made very clear to us that the truth of us is light and love and joy. Consider that for a moment. That is what is alive within you, and what actually gives you life right now. That light is intelligence. It is consciousness. It is creativity. And it is creation. It is the creator of this moment, of everything right now. One creative intelligence. Can you grasp the enormity of that intelligence, that creative power? And it is within you. You are an expression of that. You cannot be separate from it. You cannot be other than it. It has been seeking full expression through you always. You think that you are the guide of your life, that you are the chooser of what happens and how it happens. But that you does not exist. It is just an idea in your imagination. It has no power to do anything. It is not able to make choices and make things happen. It all happens through the infinite consciousness within you. The only power the identity and the ego really have is the power to distract you. But that is a choice. It's not really a power. So we must understand there is nothing we can do to make ourselves better, to fix our situation. Everything that we do simply limits and creates suffering and struggle. Again, we must understand and come to accept that we are choosing to distract ourselves that we are watching our thoughts and believing them. We have invested our creative power in creating an imaginary person with imaginary stories. And we cannot ask that imaginary person to accept a new way of being. We must make a different choice. Choice to accept the truth. To let go, trying somehow to create the truth, or to find it, or to make things different. Must let go of all ideas that we are going to do something. The truth comes in the present moment, when we have freed ourselves of the distractions of the mind and chosen to be present to what is with unconditional acceptance and allowing. How comfortable are you? The idea of just accepting this moment as it is, unconditionally. That is rejecting nothing, judging nothing, criticizing nothing, just becoming present to this moment, which is filled with the presence of the consciousness that is our creative source. Just letting ourselves be immersed in that, be filled with that. Can you accept that this moment is perfect? That the only thing there really is the truth? That there is nothing to be done other than what the truth chooses. When we make the decision to accept unconditionally what is right now, to end all judgment, we make ourselves available. It is a complete shift in our state of being, to move from doing and effort and trying to just being, with no effort, no trying, just accepting. When we take that step, make that decision, then the presence becomes known to us, makes itself known. That presence is us, the truth of us. It is our authentic self. We can surrender to it. Allow it to take us over. Can allow it to be the only thing there is. Because it is the only thing there is. It is likely that we will resist that presence. Some part of us will say no. But we can just be with that. We can just notice it. Pay attention to what we do with the presence and the power of the truth within us. We want to become comfortable with the full acceptance of this presence. But it will take time. Thank you for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you would like more information on these meditations and teachings, you can visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Wholeness. These are episodes of meditative teachings designed to help us move to the next step in our journey, letting go, learning to surrender, overcoming resistance. That's Pathways to Wholeness. Look for the next episode soon. We'll be uploading them every couple of days. See you next time.